Selena Crochets. This podcast is about crocheting and my love of crocheting and sharing that with you. Hello to new and returning viewers and subscribers. Please like and subscribe to my channel. My hair's a little different this month, and that was because I went away to Aruba for a week and didn't want to be bothered with my hair, so I added braids to my head. And just to give it a little style, and then you can be free. You can go in the water, the beach, in the pool, not worrying about your hair. And that's why I created the style for my trip. So let's begin. What am I wearing? I am wearing my gold metallic top that I created with a size 1 yarn. And then on the sides, I used Aunt Lydia's gold metallic doubled to just finish the top off a little bit because I ran out of the yarn. So I used about 3 balls of the metallic. And what I did is I created 2 separate pieces, a left side and a right side, and then combined it here. As you can see, there's a center here, closure, and then I continued down with a variety of stitches, single crochet, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, to create a solid but lacy feel top. And the top is flowy because of the weight of the yarn. And then on the sides, I just left it open as a V. And then on the back, I used shell stitches, single crochet, double crochet, but I created a little T back in the back just to give it a different style to the top. So I combined open stitches and closed stitches to create this gold metallic top. So now I will show you some finished objects. These objects are the items that I took with me to Aruba to wear for the 7 days that I was there. So let me share with you some of the items. So one of the items that I had shown on the last video was this little top here, created in the Elba yarn. So I finished it. It was nice and cool. And then in the back, I just did a little lacy stitch here, as you can see, and created the center back. And it was cute to wear. I wore it with a pair of shorts. And I thought it turned out really nice. So the next item that I created for the trip was with Lazy Day yarns. And this is Lion Brand's polyester, 100% polyester acrylic yarn. And it stretches. So when you crochet with it, be mindful of it, that it's a stretchy yarn. And what I showed in the last video was this fabric here that I fell in love with, and I wanted to create a little dress for the trip. So I created a little top with the Lazy Day yarns in the rust and the green yarn. And as you can see, it stretches, which is really nice for the top part because it can be a little tight and it will still fit. And then what I did is I sewed the skirt up. This is about 1 yard of fabric. I sewed the skirt up down the center back and then sewed it around the crochet piece. And I think the next time what I'll do is just put a little darts in the back so this fits a little bit better, because it was a little bulky but not too much. And I love the way the yarn came out. I love the way the yarn felt. And I did like a little V-neck, and it was nice for an evening out for dinner. Next top that I wore in Aruba was my red top. The issue with this top, it was not finished before I left for Aruba. I was crocheting this on the plane, and then the first day at the beach, I was crocheting because I was determined to wear it in Aruba. So I was able to finish it, and I wore it on one of the days that we took a tour of Aruba, where we saw the lighthouse, the beach, we saw the fort, and then we went to an ostrich farm, which was pretty cool. And this is the top here, and it has like a little flare, just slightly. And the yarns that I used were Lion Brand's Summer Kiss. And when I started the top, and that's the reason it took a while, when I started the top, I only had one ball of this yarn. And I later found out it was given as a giveaway. So that's why I only had one ball, because I couldn't figure out why I only had one ball of yarn. So then what I had to do at the last minute was to go on Amazon and try to find another ball of this yarn. And it matched perfectly. So I was able to get one more ball of this yarn. And what I did is I combined it with the Summer Kiss. And then I had this Hobby Lobby yarn, Mimosa. Mimosa. And it's 62% cotton and 38% nylon. And then I use Lion Brands, I use Lion Brands 24/7 cotton in red. So the top part here is Lion Brands 24/7 cotton, which is a little bit heavier than the Summer Kiss. So that's why it looks like it's a little drapey with the Summer Kiss. And then on the back, what I did is I used the Mimosa one and I created a little lacy pattern in the back. And you can see the shell stitches here, and then the V-stitch, and then the granny square stitch on top. So I alternated some of the lacy stitches. And I was satisfied with the way the top came out and the way it felt. And it wasn't heavy because the temperature was like 90. But when I wore it, I felt cool in it and I wasn't overheated in the top. And I think it was because I used a lighter yarn in the back that had lacy stitches. So another item that I had created was this shawl here in pink and white. So it goes over your shoulders, but I haven't really been wearing it. And I was like, I had this bathing suit that I needed a cover up with. So what I did is I switched this to a little skirt part here to be worn as my cover up. And it worked nicely with the bathing suit and its colors. So I'll probably make a few more of these so I can have them in different yarns and textures. So the item that I'm most proud of is my bathing suit. I have been working on this bathing suit for 2 years. And the goal was to use all the yarn that I had in my house. And I still had to buy some yarn because I ran out of yellow and orange. And what it was is it either had to be a size 2 or a size 1 cotton yarn. If it was a size 1 thread, I combined the colors with orange and yellow together. And the thread was readily available, so I could find that faster than trying to find size 2 yellow or orange yarn. So this is the bathing suit here. And what happened with this bathing suit, I'll stand up. So this is this part here and this part. But because the yarn wasn't heavy enough to hold me up, what I did is inside I put another cup for another cup shape design for the bra part and attached it so that it would be heavy enough to hold me up when I wore the bathing suit. And what I reinforced it with was the straps so that nothing would fall out while I was in the water. And I wore it in the water. It just takes longer to dry, but I was able to swim with the bathing suit and enjoy it for the whole day. And in the middle, it has an opening, and I just put a little chains here. And I put the little sides here just to cover up my little love handles a little bit in the bathing suit. And then I did a little skirt, so people didn't know if it was a cover-up or a bathing suit. And then I had the little skirt here. But I did add the bottom for the panty part here. And the panty part is a little tricky because you want to cover up your whole bottom, but sometimes it doesn't. So that's why I had added the little skirt part in the front and in the back. So now I will show you some works in progress. One of the items that I'm working on is a handbag, and this is the Lallybrook cable purse bag that I'm working on by Noelle Styles. It's taking a little bit because the cable here in the pattern is on the front and the back. So I thought that I would start with a heavier yarn just to see how it came out and then switch to something later. So the yarn that I chose to work with is the Big Twist 100% acrylic yarn. And this is how much I've done so far. It takes a while. So this is the front side. And then you can see how the back is coming along because you're working the cables on the front and the back. And it takes a little while because you have to be able to maneuver the stitches in the back as well, and just not on the front. Another item that I'm working on is this orange metallic top for the holidays. And what I did is I created the front and I created the side going towards the back. And I fell in love with this yarn from previous videos when I showed you the metallic dress I did for the Barbie convention. And I was like, I have enough of this because I ordered so much. And I said it would be cute to create a top with this yarn here. And the yarn fell on the floor. So this is the ice yarn, viscose metallic. And it crochets up pretty nicely. As you can see here, I use shell stitches to create a lovely pattern design. So now let's go to acquisitions. Some acquisitions that I have are some books and a ball of yarn. And what happened is I'm on Instagram and this person is called Dream Crochet and she created a book. I wanted to support her, so I purchased her retro crochet book. And the designs in here are pretty easy to make. She's basically using almost acrylic yarn, 100% acrylic yarn and 4-ply, what makes the items go faster to create. So this is the front of some of the designs that appear on here. But if you go to her Instagram, Dream Crochet, you can see more of her designs. And then there's some designs back here. And the thing about it, she focuses on the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And I just thought it was a beautiful idea. And I wanted to support a fellow crocheter. So this is one of the top, and this is one of the yarns. So it was one of the variegated yarns that they had that created the design here. And another variegated design was the neon one here. I have this yarn exactly. And it crochets up pretty nicely, and you can see the variety of colors, and it works perfectly with her retro crochet. And then in the back of the book, she shows you some other designs that are not in the book but gives you inspiration to make. So this is a beautiful book to add to your collection. The next one is a magazine, Crochet magazine. I always subscribe to them to support crocheters, but I love the designs in here. So they have some nice design. They have a cable design that I want to try because I love cable designs. And in the back, they have some hats and other vests and sweaters in the magazine. But this is the last page, and it shows you a variety of the designs that appear. And there's one by Margaret Hubert that I really like. It's interlac crochet, and I've never made anything with interlac crochet, so this might be the chance and the time to start to create something with interlac, because it's a wearable and it makes it a little bit fun to make as opposed to a blanket. So this is a sweater here. So I'm going to put this on my project list to do. The last item that I want to show you is a friend at the New York City Crochet Guild. It has been cleaning out her yarn room stash. So she's been bringing in old magazines, old books of knitting and crocheting, and just allowing everyone to take. And I think that was a great idea to clean out your stash, especially when you start running out of space and you're not using them. So you might as well share with people that's interested in the books and magazines, and they can use it. So what she did is she also brought in yarn the last time we had the meeting, and she knows how I like hand-dyed yarn. I like to mix and match colors. So she bought me this yarn. It's going to be a mess to unwind, but I think I can find the center pieces. I think it's right here. And she asked me, she said, do you want this yarn? I was like, yes. This is amazing color, And just for her to think of me was so beautiful and lovely. I appreciate it. That concludes this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you've been inspired to create crochet fashions for your next trip, even if it's just one item. And there's usually one item that I always wear. It's the blue denim top and skirt, and I'll post a picture here so that you can see it, that I take on every trip because it has to be photographed in every place I go, and I get to wear it. I was able to wear it on a cruise, and I was fine because we had the little top and skirt, and I try to do that all the time. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, and remember, no yarn is off limits when you're crocheting.